right, hello, welcome. This is my um, attempt at a budget tempo warrior deck. Um, budget tempo warrior, most of it stems from, being in minion combat. Oh, sorry, hang on, I'm moving my microphone. All right, there we go. Um, I was just gonna say most of it stems from being in combat. So, um, so we have Sanguine Depths. Now, this is the warrior location, and I really feel like it will provide a decent amount of value. You really wouldn't think so, but one mana deal three. Um, but it can also act as a buff for your creatures, though. Especially certain creatures that like to be damaged, like Envoy. Sorry, Warsong Envoy. Um, Crazed Wretch. Uh, let's see, Frothing Berserker, of course, Armorsmith. Sometimes your Stone Maul Anchorman if you have nothing to charge into, things like that. So you can really get some more value out of the Sanguine Depths. Plus, it will help you trade into creatures because it's giving your minions +1 attack. I think being able to do that like 3-ish times is actually really insane. So, um, so, with that being said, we also have other efficient cards, like Anima Extractor, that also function when our friendly minions are damaged. But all in all, it's and this card, which has +2 attack and charged when it gets damaged, so it can come out and swing in at as a 3 attack creature if you damage it. But yeah, other than that, we have Crooked Cook to keep drawing cards. And other efficient creatures like Dredger Staff to give all our minions in my hand +1 health. Um, Cruel Taskmaster to damage something and give it a buff, which again is very important. Um, so yeah, just in general, Imbued Axe ends up giving my damage minions +1/+1, or +2/+2, depending if I've had 3 minions die before I play it or not. But yeah, just getting these massive buffs for our injured guys that end up surviving combat tends to be huge, and I'm hoping that'll be enough to kind of pick away at our opponent until we can make like certain big attacks. Hopefully, like we get rid of like their taunts, and then we can just swing face with a lot of our damaged buffed up units. Um, so yeah, I don't know, and I mean it's Sanguine Depths and Cruel Taskmaster both help trade into enemy creatures, and we also are packing a pair of Executes because we're getting free damage on them with Sanguine Depths. So I figure we can target big problems for us and go ahead and execute them out of the way. Um, let's see. The rest of the deck is mainly just draw power. Anything outside of like just a decent combat unit. We also have Cobalt Scalebane to buff up all these low attack creatures, and hopefully let them, you know, be more efficient in the combat they are having. Stonewall Anchorman is just an absolute beast. Comes down as a 4-mana 5/6 with Rush, and then it also draws a card when it gets damaged. So it's just massive, really, how much this card can do for you. Um, and uh, and yeah, I'm actually hoping that there really isn't a late game for this deck. It's just kind of grabbing the board, getting our stuff damaged, and then just trying to win as fast as possible. Before the enemy really sets up any concerted defense that can't be killed with execute. So yeah, it's pretty much one of those all-in kind of decks. But I really like the strategy of it, where it becomes, it feels more warrior to me to be like engaging in minion combat rather than just sitting back and like, pressing my hero power every turn like a control warrior. Um, so yeah, I hope you guys like the idea of this deck. The As for any like non-budget additions, um, excuse me, you could add Rokara would be huge in this deck. After a friendly minion attacks and survives, give it +1/+1. So that gives us another avenue for our wounded creatures to get buffed up. It also would has rush itself, so it can attack the turn you play it, and hopefully get a nice little buff out of it. So yeah, that would be number one. You could also play Darius Crowley. You know, he rushes in, he takes something out, and gets +2/+2. I considered playing Crowley, but I really wanted to, you know, narrow in my early game and just have the strongest early game I could possibly have, rather than having like value units up and down the mana curve. You know what I mean? I really wanted to condense my chances of having a really good start. You could also try for a finisher in Grommash Hellscream. You know, if you're able to damage him, even without any other buffs, he can slap face for 10 damage, which is quite a bit, honestly. But yeah, you know, in general, I think that's the main upgrades you want to be making. I did think about putting Peasant over Dredger Staff just to kind of give us more draw power with the Peasant, but I wanted something that was able to be damaged by the depths. I don't want to have something that I'm like sitting there, you know, having to choose between damaging it or like, you know, or not being able to damage it, but needing to damage it to kill something or something. You know, you never know what you need to remove in Hearthstone, and you know, and I don't know, it just felt awkward with Sanguine Depths, like, and how it interacted. So I went ahead and grabbed Dredger Staff instead, giving us more health to work with in our combat units, as well as just being a nice solid 1/2 that we can go ahead and buff with, you know, Sanguine Depths or Cruel Taskmaster. So, yeah. I hope you guys really like the deck. This is something I'm going to really love trying to use on day one. We're going to see how well that goes. I personally don't think this is a tier 1 deck, but at the same time, I think it could be tier 2. At least something similar. Because, like, I know a lot of people are writing off the warrior cards for this expansion, but they are pretty good for like, in terms of, like, cards that benefit you from combat. Like, outside of just straight up like reprinting Rokara as like a rare, I don't think we were gonna have like something over the moon, but this is still something pretty nice, you know, that we can go ahead, we can have minion combat and try to win that way with small incremental advantages, until we just get massive buffs with our imbued axe and stuff like that, and just hopefully take control of the game. So yeah. So thanks for watching, guys. I really enjoy making these guides. I hope you really like this one. If you want, I have a whole playlist of other budget decks. I'm trying to upload all 10 today because it's the day before expansion launch. We'll see how well that goes. If I don't get to some of them today, I'll try to get gameplay for the ones I don't get to tomorrow. You know, when the expansion's actually in everybody's hands. So yeah, that'll be interesting. So even if I don't upload the rest of them today, you can still expect to see gameplay of them, you know, launch day and beyond. So, very cool. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you like the budget decks, and definitely keep a lookout for my free-to-play as well. For the month of August, I'm going to try to be spending $0 and hit Legend Rank. I have been to Legend Rank before, so we'll see if I can kind of leverage my expertise into getting there with no money spent. So yeah. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and that's really all I have to say. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.